Hello everybody, this is Burnin from Matic Gaming, and today we are going to be talking about the achievement Learn to Kite, and I will give you an in-depth look at every single achievement within Learn to Kite. And because some of them are pretty confusing, I will make sure that I explain everything thoroughly so you can go ahead and do it. The first one we're going to be talking about is Colossal Kites. This is in the Fractals of the Mist, and basically what you want to do is just set the level to level 1 when you go into fractals. It keeps zoning in and out until you get the colossal map, and unless you wanted to do actual fractals, but this is what we did. We just set it to level 1 and it's kept zoning in and out until we got the colossal fractal, because the kite is actually just past the leg seals, so it's very near to the beginning. Okay, the next one we will talk about is Kites of the Night. Now, this is probably the most confusing one because you have to start a certain event before you can actually get inside. So what you want to do is you want to go directly west of Wormblood Waypoint, which is in Dredgehaunt Cliffs. That's Wormblood Waypoint. There will be a set of doors and there will be a note on the doors. You need to read the note. If there's no note, it means the event has happened somewhat recently, so you're going to have to wait. Now, after you read the note, you need to go to Travian's Steading Point of Interest. It's just west of Travian's Waypoint, and you'll talk to a guy named Gervid, and he'll have a few books laying around, and what you need to do is you need to read the books. You need to read all of them. You don't really need to pay attention to what's inside because you're going to have to talk to him and answer a riddle, but you don't really have to answer it. It's just kind of filled in for you. So once you do all this, you'll see an event kicks off, and what you're going to do is you're going to escort Gervid all the way back to the doors that you were just at reading the note. And then once he gets there, he'll open the door for you, and then there'll be a few more things that you're going to have to do before you get to the kite. Okay, so Gervid had just let us into the doors after we escorted him back. Now, I just want to give you a quick rundown in what to expect while you're in here, mostly because I don't want to spoil anything for somebody who hasn't been in here. And funny enough, I have put in probably 2,500 hours into Guild Wars 2. I mean, I played all the time, and I never even knew this thing was here. I've never been here before, and that's kind of what I love about Guild Wars 2, these little like gems that you find, and actually it was really fun. So let's do a quick overlook at what you can expect, and basically you don't have to get through the whole thing because the kite is actually about halfway through. So there are tons of monsters in this Forgotten Ruins, and it's pitch black, but you can grab torches. So all of the monsters are invulnerable, but once they come into the light of your torch, they'll disappear. So if you don't have a torch with you, then it can mean trouble. So you at least need one or two people with the torch with you. So you'll work your way through the darkness, and you'll get to the first door. And then Gervid will start a dynamic event where you have to grab pieces of a door and turn it back into him. And then you'll enter into the next room. Okay, so in the next room you can expect the same thing as far as skelks and other monsters in here that are invulnerable, so you need to carry a torch around with you. Now, I am taking the path you need to get to the kite. This is the second room. There are actually 3 rooms in total in this mini dungeon. So you only have to get to the second room, and if you followed what I did, I just went straight, pretty much a straight line. There are a lot of jumps in the dark in this room, but you really just have to go in a straight line. There's only one jump, and you head up the stairs, and here's the kite. And that's about all you need. I'm not going to cover the rest of the mini dungeon, just in case some of you want to figure that out or experience that on your own. Okay guys, so the next one we are going to talk about is World vs. Kite. Now, to get to this one, you have to go into the Obsidian Sanctum, which is the jumping puzzle in World vs. World. And you can access that through each keep in World vs. World, so as long as you have your keep, you can go into the Obsidian Sanctum. There's usually a doorway. There is a doorway in each keep. You just kind of have to look around. Now, the Kites of the Night, the one in Dredgehaunt Cliffs, might have been the more confusing one to start, to kind of get going, to get into the doors if nobody's doing it. But by far the worst one to do on this list is World vs. Kite, because there are so many variables when you're thinking about how to get into the jumping puzzle and do it. Luckily, in our matchup, we're Fort Espenwood. We were going against Maguma and Caning, and unfortunately, they're a little outmatched for us. So we had a few more people in here, but Maguma and Caning were being super cool. We were just all kind of, all being peaceful, not screwing around with each other. We all just wanted to get to that kite. We didn't want to kill each other. But of course, you have one or two guys in there that are trying to start problems. But for the most part, everyone was being pretty civil. It's like, let's just go in here and get this achievement. Nobody wants to be in here right now. So again, there are so many variables depending on depending on if you own your keep or not. That could be one big variable. If you're getting slaughtered in World versus World, you're just not going to be able to get in. And if you do get in, then what does it look like in the jumping puzzle? Are you completely outnumbered in there? Are people, trying to kill you all the time? I mean, I remember people setting up, the first time I ever went in here. I've been in here a few times, but I try not to come in here too much. The first time I came in here, someone had set up an arrow cart on the top of the well and just started raining arrows down on us and just basically killing us before we even got to the top. So again, there's not really much I can tell you about this one. The kite, where the kite is basically at the end, so you're gonna have to get through the whole jumping puzzle. If you have somebody that's really good at jumping puzzles and has a mesmer, like beg them to get through the jumping puzzle and portal you, because you can portal people to the end. So again, if you have a mesmer friend and he's good at jumping puzzles, just beg him to take you, because this does take a while. There are quite a few difficult parts, so if you're not very good at jumping puzzles or it's something you don't enjoy too much, you might have a difficult time in here. So again, there's not much I can tell you other than good luck in this one. Okay guys, so the next kite achievement we are going to do is kite bombing. Now this is in the Griffonrook run jumping puzzle. It is in Lornar's Pass, southeast of False Lake Waypoint, exactly where I am at on the map. Now there is a little house that's been submerged in water, and in the ceiling, in the roof, there's a hole that you could go into, and this will lead you into an underwater passage into the jumping puzzle. And you'll find a teleportation stone on the ground level that will bring you up to top, which is where I'm at now. Now, the one thing that made this jumping puzzle extremely difficult is you had to hold an egg. You had to hold a bomb and get to the end to blow up the chest. And every time a griffin, you can see I was holding a bomb there, and every time a griffin hits you, you drop the bomb, and then you have to start all over. So this is a lot easier because you don't need the bomb. I mean, you could take the bomb if you want to finish the jumping puzzle, but you don't need the bomb. And the kite is at the end of the jumping puzzle, but yeah, like I said, you can just run through it, and it's extremely easy when you don't have to worry about griffins hitting your bomb. And luckily, I had the half damage. I had the half damage falling trait because I just missed that jump, and I probably should have died, but luckily I didn't. So again, this is at the end of the jumping puzzle. If you do need a full run through of the dungeon, you can view my Griffonrook run jumping puzzle video, but it's fairly simple, and there will probably be people there already, and you can just kind of follow them. But again, it is at the end of the jumping puzzle. Okay, 4 down, 3 to go. The next one is going to be Poor Man's Kite. That is in Beggars Burrow, which is in Queensdale. It is east of Shaymore. Now, this is the easiest one. There is just a cave entrance where you'll find some bandits. Work your way through the bandits and you'll find the kite, and that is it. It's very easy. Okay, so the last 2 kite locations are actually jumping puzzles. The first one we'll talk about is in Fireheart Rise. It's in the Pig Iron Quarry, I'm pretty sure it's called. You want to go on the west side of the islands in the water, then you'll find the set of stairs that will be going up. This is the path you have to take. If you try to go anywhere else, you're not going to be able to get to the top. So all you have to do is follow these stairs all the way to the top. It's pretty straightforward. It gets a little more challenging later on, but as of now, you just run it upstairs. That's about it. There is a part coming up. Pretty much the reason I'm showing you this whole thing, because right here, it's not as obvious where to go. You want to jump over on this little ledge, and then follow the ledge, and then jump up here. And having some trouble there. Alright, I got up. So now from here, you want to follow the ledge around, and you'll basically keep going up, and then once you get to the top, you can see basically what it is you're supposed to do. You're supposed to jump on these. I'm not quite sure what they're called. They look like coffins almost. Maybe they're trying to excavate a bunch of coffins out of Fireheart Rise because a lot of people are dying. But you just jump across and then onto the platform over here. And usually, you just run up. Usually there is a veteran or somebody who needs kill, but there's somebody here already. So you go over to the kite, get your little achievement, but don't forget to go over to the chest and get your jumping puzzle reward. Okay, last one, guys. This one is Kites over Caledon, and basically what it is a jumping puzzle. What you want to do is you want to go to Gleaner's Cove waypoint and then run north, and you want to run into the Bay Haven point of interest, and there, just north of there, northwest of there, you'll see a river. Follow that river to the west until it ends, and then inside the little cave, you'll see on the right side there's like a little laboratory you can go into, and this is the jumping puzzle. Now, the whole idea of the jumping puzzle is just basically a race. Every time you interact with a console, it's like a checkpoint. So you interact with the first one, then you'll see some jump pads appear. Now these don't last that long; they are going to disappear, so you kind of have to hurry up. So interact with the console, jump to the next one. You follow the jump pads, and then once you get to the next console, you want to activate that console, and it'll save as a checkpoint basically. And then once you activate that console, the next jump pads will appear. So once you get up to the top, you have to activate the last console, and then the gates, or like the wall, will go down to where you can fight the golems. And then once you destroy the golems, you can go through and get your chest and get your kite. Alright guys, thanks for watching this detailed look into the achievement Learn to Kite for the new release of the Living Story for Guild Wars 2. I hope this helps some of you guys. Make sure you leave a comment below, and if you have any questions, let me know. And if you like this video, subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks guys.